in order for that to happen, do you agree that the product has to speak for itself?
Yes.
That people or consumers will buy over and over and over and over again, yes?
Yes.
Creating unlimited wealth, yes?
Yes.
So, if you know this tree, okay, we're going to teach you and all that, wouldn't it be great if we have the opportunity for this kind of product that is global, and that when people consume, they want to use it over and over and over again, and there is no competition. Wouldn't that be exciting, yes?
Yes.
So, what I have done right now, using all these three, I am so thankful that I was actually introduced to a food. It's not even a product, it's a food, right? Like barley, rice. These are food that we eat, isn't it? Is there any restrictions to rice?
No.
Can kids eat rice?
Yes.
Can pregnant mom eat rice?
Yes.
Can lactating mom eat rice? Can the elderly eat rice?
Yes.
Right, so this is a food that we're talking about. I'm not talking about supplement. I'm a nutritionist. So I was introduced, by this amazing gentleman that I'm going to introduce to you later. It is this person who actually, with his big heart, shared this food, this amazing miracle food, to a friend of mine, a business contact of mine. My business contact has gout, right? So we were eating out one day, and he took this bag of Mila, not Milo. It will become like Milo. Right, Mila, put it on the table, and I said, what do you think? Guess what I said?
What's
I said, he said, I don't know. He said, some angmo from the US send it to him and give it to him for free. I said, how did this angmo know you? He said, Facebook. I said, why he give to you? Because I'm fat. He said, because I'm so fat. And he's been like complaining about his gout on Facebook. So this angmo gave him for free. So he was eating it. And he said, this angmo said, Surya, this Mila is a seed. And it is very powerful, better than your product. My partner say, this Mila is better than your oil that you're selling. I'm selling some flax oil. I said, nothing can be better than my oil. This is so good. How come I've never heard about this? I've been in this line for 10 years. I've never heard about this thing, and nothing can beat my oil. And then I just, okay. Another week, I'll travel to KL, put this out on the table again. And then he said, Surya, do you know what? I said, what? My gout! God! He jumped. He was jumping. No more pain, Surya. I said, oh really? That's good for you. It's not, ego. It's good for you. And then he said, but Surya, seriously, I really don't know what I'm eating. You are a nutritionist, If you say this is good, I will continue to eat. If you say this is not, I will not eat anymore. I will eat whatever you want to give me to eat. Please, Surya, can you please help me? Can you please do some research for me? He said that. Because before that, he was getting excited talking about the money or that. Surya, very good, you market this, you pay blah, 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 money or something. But you know what turned my button on? He said, please help me. Please help me do this research, because if it's really that good, I'm going to continue this. But if it's not, I'll just listen to you. So you know what? I said, okay, I'll do you that favor. I'll go and do my research. I did my research, and then it was so amazing. You'll hear about it later. And at that moment, I was having very chronic asthma. Right? I just had a cat. Right? And then I was shifting house. There's a lot of dust, and I was very, very bad. My asthma was so bad that I was on hospital, in and out, nebulizer, steroids, and then I was on the pump 20 times a day. right? So, and I have read about this, and it's like the safest natural omega-3, which helps with this, it's anti-inflammatory, right, basically. So I tried that, and it's been 4 months since I've taken this, not one single pump. So, I'm really convinced because of that. My good friend was there, and I started sharing and sharing and sharing. That's how it just got on, this opportunity. And then within this short month, just getting this out to people and sharing it out to people. Now, all this wouldn't have happened if this Mat Saleh did not care. If all he cared was selling a bag of Mila, right? But he was out just wanting to see who was in pain and who I can help. How many of you would think that that would be a great way to live? Oh, yes. Right? It's amazing. Right? So, because what he did, it opened hearts, it opened hearts. And I was so, I'm so grateful. How many of you know what it's like to be in pain and have that pain gone? Do you know how that feels? So I am just so grateful, and he is just amazing, and I connected with him, I got to know him, and then he was so supportive. You know what he did? He is staying in Singapore and Malaysia for the next few months just to support me in this. And I really, from the bottom of my heart, this man he's rich, right? He's a celebrity, he's famous, he's on television, he is on the Hollywood red carpet. This guy doesn't need to do this. You get what I mean? Yes. He doesn't need to do this. But he's doing this because of what happened to him, and I'm not going to spoil that. I'm going to share with you, introduce you to him, but before I introduce you the real person, I would like to show you who this guy is. Let's say, bring it on! Bring it on!
Dwight Agnor is respected throughout the industry for starting the careers of more models, actors, and children than anyone else in history. He has been featured in dozens of leading publications, television newscasts, and talk shows, and is a favorite of the American media. Dwight Agnor has used his prestige and access to the media to speak out on the most pressing issues facing the youth of America today. He is one of the most influential and motivational speakers in the country, has been asked to speak to numerous schools and youth groups, has touched the lives of hundreds of thousands coast to coast.
Dateline Monday, March 9th.
Model scout Dwight Agnor spotted Jamie at a model search like this one, where hundreds of girls come hoping to get discovered.
Hundreds of aspiring child models and their parents showed up at a hotel to listen to this man, Dwight Agnor.
Now, when you say the two words model search, you're talking about scouting talent. When you say the two words Dwight Agnor, you're talking about the most famous scout in the world.
If it weren't for him, I'd probably end up being back home, but he gave me the confidence and the support that I needed. Things are really great now, so thanks, Dwight.
Hi, I'm Trish Goff, and I met Dwight about 3 or 4 years ago. He's always been there for me, and as I've traveled the world, I've learned that he's got a great reputation throughout the modeling industry. He's been a great friend. We've hung out in Paris, Miami, New York. It's really hard to put friendship into words.
Dean began his career as the teenage heartthrob in the famous Aerosmith video, Crazy. Then went on to be featured in such famous campaigns as Guess, Hugo Boss, Armani, Versace, and many others. Dean is also a special correspondent on E! Entertainment's Fashion File.
Thank you for flying in from London to be here with us.
I wouldn't have missed for anything. I'm proud to be your friend, Dwight Agnor.
If you think you're beaten, you are. If you think you dare not, you don't. If you'd like to win, but you think you can't, it's almost certain you won't. If you think you'll lose, you've already lost. For out in this world we find that success begins with a fellow's will. It's all about your state of mind. If you think you're outclassed, you are. You've got to think high to rise. You've got to be sure of yourself before you'll ever win the prize. Life's battles don't always go to the stronger or faster man. But sooner or later, the man who wins is the man who thinks he can. Good luck and God bless.